Welcome back, everyone. I'm David.
And I'm Krystal.
And this is the Plant Bar.
And we're back with another episode of Plant Chores and Story Time.
Okay. Yeah, so chores. That's my part.
Excited? Yep, chores is your part.
I am, I need to split this Pothos and Joy, and then I also have several echeverias that I've rooted, and they need to go in pots.
Chicks and hens?
Yeah, there's chicks and the hens.
Chicks and hens. That's exciting.
So
like those are cute. Yeah, so if you're new here, David and I like to do some plant chores because we got to do them one way or another. And I like to tell him a story while we are doing that and get his opinion. The last couple of times I've done this, I've been lucky enough to find stories based around plants. So today's story is
this one's about plants?
About plants. I got lucky. I don't know how I keep getting lucky with these plant stories, but they're pretty wild. And this particular story is a little bit relatable. We dealt with something similar, not exactly the same. It's a little different, but curious to see what you think. But before we get started, I just want to wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day because today is Valentine's Day.
Oh yeah, we're putting this out on Valentine's Day.
It's not really Valentine's Day for us, but it will be for you when you watch this. So, yeah. So,
make it good.
You want to just jump right in to this?
Yeah, the
story.
I'm gonna actually need you to get me.
Oh, hold on. I gotta help him get his stuff.
So I need 2-inch pots.
Okay.
And then a couple 4-inch pots.
Do you want these green ones?
Yeah, those work. But then like a stack of 2-inch pots.
Okay. I got the 4-inch before the 2-inch. You probably need more than that. This one. All right.
Never have enough.
So I'll have all this stuff ready to go. We don't go too far in depth with the plant stuff while we're doing this segment. So if you want more in-depth stuff about plants, be sure to tune in on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for our live show where we do all kinds of fun planty things. Or we release other videos that are tutorials about plants or what to use on plants, how to deal with plants. We also put out some reels that have the same information. So be sure to subscribe and watch our other videos. But okay, I'm going to jump into today's story because I think it's really interesting. And I'm a little bit unsure what we're going to discuss about it because
that makes two of us.
I think we could be on both ends of this story. Okay, so this comes from Reddit. It comes from AmItheAsshole. This was posted 5 years ago, so it's not new.
Oh, so this
old.
is
it's posted by Gardening Monster. That's her screen name.
So this is in 20.
Oh, this is COVID time.
2020.
It could be a little bit older. It just says 5 years ago. I'm not sure if it was like almost 6 years ago or what. It doesn't say what month. But it says, I, female, 25, have been renting a house since I was 18 years old. 7 years. It's pretty good. That's a long time.
Holy smokes.
Wow. I don't think our 25-year-old he's definitely not been renting that long. That's pretty.
No, he has not.
It's pretty awesome. It says, when I moved in, the backyard was a large piece of dirt. No lawn or anything, just a decently big backyard with a fence all around. It was a cheap but not great house. But I signed because I wanted the backyard space. We've definitely done that before. Get a bigger yard. Not a great house.
Done that.
Over the past few years, I erected a small garden shed, greenhouse, and pizza oven, transportables. She emphasizes that, transportables.
Okay. Well, that's important.
I guess I didn't say what the title is. I need to go back.
Oh, my bro. This is going to be 3.
So let me go back to the title because you have to weigh in on it. Am I the a-hole for bringing my garden with me when I moved?
Oh, so she...
Hold on, don't speculate yet. But that's the title. I jumped ahead.
Oh.
Okay. So over the past few years, she's erected this garden. She has a shed, a greenhouse, even a pizza oven. She's planted lots of veggies in gardens in big transportable garden beds so she can move them.
What's
we know how, we've done that a lot
that's a
with rentals.
keyword.
When you're renting, you want to make sure that you're not planting in the ground. I guess we'll explain why we would say that later. She put down some nice pavers and an aquaponics setup, and generally made the backyard a really green and beautiful place to be. It became the green oasis all my friends gathered at. A few months ago, my landlords let me know they were planning to sell, and my final move-out day was a week ago. When I left, I brought my garden with me to my new place. Nothing in my last backyard was directly planted into the ground, and nothing permanent. I dismantled the sheds and greenhouse, loaded up all of the pots, garden beds onto a truck, and cleared the backyard in 3 days with lots of help. So, okay. Keyword, somebody must have told her, or she's just really smart about not planting things in the ground when you're in a rental.
You definitely, you really, I mean, you don't want to, what'd I do?
I got it.
Stop. Yeah, you don't want to build a new fence. You don't want to like plant things in the ground, permanent things.
Yeah,
it's kind
not
of
when you're renting. And
technically a no go. Well, we only know from experience.
So when David and I first got married, and our new to us house, our cute little house in Hawaii Beach, we had a cute little backyard. David basically redid the whole backyard with gravel, right? And
well, that was on the side.
On the side, there was gravel.
The backyard was all tropical plants.
But did you put any walkways down or pavers?
Yeah, I had a walkway down the center. There was a dry creek.
But you planted everything.
Plants. Oh yeah.
You planted everything.
Yes, I did.
So there could be some claws broken there by doing so. Once you plant in the ground.
Yeah, it was a valuable lesson.
You could potentially
we learned
lose those items because you put them in their ground. Remind me exactly what happened with our move out. Let me what happened.
Okay, so we move out. Well, what I ended up doing was we stripped all the backyard back to what it was.
And you sold all that.
I sold it all. Yeah, we dug it all up
and sold
it all. And then in the front yard though, there was this little parking area, and it was just weeds and stuff, and we had put down gravel and a little bit of plants there. But yeah, the backyard originally was just I guess it wasn't totally dirt, but it wasn't this nice thing of
wasn't what he made it
grass either.
No.
But I guess backtrack. What happened was originally was going to leave it. They did a thing and they said we couldn't leave that stuff.
Right. We were going to leave the garden for them, right?
Yeah, but they said that it needed to be in the same state as.
They didn't want us to leave it.
They didn't have the same taste as us, I guess.
I was shocked because I thought it looked amazing, but they didn't want us to do that, and it may be because it meant that they had to keep up on the upkeep of it.
Yeah, we were young, so we didn't know
any better.
We didn't know.
They didn't want to have to keep up on that and expect the tenant to deal with that, and it would have just got overgrown and out of control. Now that I'm older and on the other side of things, I'm guaranteeing that was the reason they wanted us to pull it out. And at the time, we were like,
not because they're just jerks.
Why do you guys want to pull this out?
They weren't jerks. Older but wiser.
I think at the end of the day, yeah, they were mad at us for planting all that stuff.
Well, we ended up we had to pay.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, they took it out of our deposit to put some of the spaces back the way they wanted, and that's what made me upset.
Yeah, so it was kind of unfair. We probably could have fought them a little bit. Yeah, but at the same time, it probably was in our lease agreement that we weren't going to make changes like that, and we did.
Yeah, so. 100% sure somewhere in that writing there was a clause of any changes you make will come back out of your deposit if they have to be paid for. Yeah.
Right. So back to this story She talks about that nothing was planted in the ground, and she took everything that was movable, that was hers, with her. She dismantled the shed and greenhouse, loaded up all the pots and garden beds into a truck, and cleared the backyard I said that already. Cleared backyard in 3 days. It says, my former landlords are furious over this and demand that I return the backyard to the former states. Apparently, they listed the house for sale with pictures of the backyard. Oh.
Well,
The potential buyers were walking away from the house when they saw the barren backyard. They're accusing me of stealing their plants and wrecking the backyard.
well, here's where when you move in a place, video is very important. So I don't know.
Yeah. So when you move in, take a video. When you move out, take a video.
I don't know if she followed that advice. I guess I'm going to find out.
You're going to find out. So she did write, legally, I'm fine. My contract said I could garden. And I have photos from the real estate walkthrough before I moved in that show that the backyard was in the same state as I first found it. Although with more fertile soil now, probably.
Yeah.
The same real estate agent signed off on my final inspection, and I got my deposit back. Oof. Sorry, homeowners. Sounds like you're out of luck.
Well, shame on them for not
Well, here's
doing
where,
their diligence.
She says, I've received mixed responses though, because I saw that the landlords were taking pictures of my backyard before I left, but I didn't make the connection because, in my honest opinion, when pictures of a house has furniture in it, you don't expect to get the free furniture. That's true. When you're looking at furniture, you don't expect it. However, if I'm looking at a house to buy and the backyard looks like professionally landscaped, I'm going to expect it to be.
Technically, that stuff's all attached. Well, that's on the homeowner.
But her stuff wasn't attached. All of her stuff was transportable.
No, I know that it was transportable, but like a shed and a greenhouse is technically like.
She might.
I think from a real estate. I'm not a realtor.
She might have broken.
If you are, you can tell us what you think, or maybe there's some people on this, but not her. No, the landlord. That's the landlord's diligence part. Like they needed to do that.
To say that the shed and that wasn't included.
Yeah, they would have had to.
So they obviously.
So they couldn't even remember what was in their own house.
No, I guess not. They were obviously expecting the tenant to leave all her stuff there.
Nah.
So, she said that some of her coworkers suggested that she is the a-hole because the house valuation certainly has fallen dramatically because she didn't tell them she was taking her garden with her. So they couldn't plan the landscape before the lockdown hit.
Oh, because this is during COVID.
Yes.
Well, that's an added thing that.
There we go.
But that's not her fault.
That's really not her fault.
We're looking back, hindsight right now.
Yeah. So she's asking again, am I the a-hole for moving my garden that I built from my former rental house into my new home, upsetting my former landlords who didn't expect me to take it with me?
I am going to say no, not from my opinion.
So this story got 30,000 upvotes. That's a lot.
Upvotes?
Yeah, so that means that 30,000 people like the story or whatever.
Had an opinion on it?
Yeah.
Is that what that means?
I think so. Yeah. And there's 2,500 comments on this, so that's a lot of comments. The top comment on here says, not the a-hole. This is a very classic story of a landlord trying to benefit off home improvements paid for by the tenant.
Yeah, I agree with that.
If your landlord was honest, he would have asked you how much you wanted to leave the garden as it, to leave it as it was. He should have offered to pay her for it. So they say she owes them nothing.
Yeah, nada.
Right. So I think that, I really think it's not the tenant at all in this case. I think the landlord, especially if they came over to take pictures before she moved out, seeing all that stuff.
I mean,
why wouldn't they just ask her?
Bummer for the landlords,
For
right?
sure.
Like, and then of course it's during COVID, so then now they can't do anything about it.
But that's nobody's fault.
But that's not either of their faults, but it's definitely not, in my opinion, that is not the renter's fault. She put that stuff in there, and especially if she had proof and everything, like, shame on the
Let's see if there's any comments from
the landlords. So anybody that said otherwise, I don't know how I would agree with that.
I don't see. I'm trying to see if there's any comments that are actually saying she is the a-hole.
Well, you said that some of her, it was her friends. She
Her
said that.
friend said she was the a-hole, but so far I'm trying to see if
What kind of friends you got?
anybody on Reddit actually voted her not, or voted her the a-hole.
Whoa, I made a mistake here.
Overwhelming not the a-hole.
Nah. I mean, not great for the landlords, but
A lot of people are kind of jumping in, being like, I learned the hard way.
like us.
Like us, never make capital improvements on rental.
No, even though it's tempting and you really want to, and you,
Yeah, because you want to like enjoy your space while
yeah.
you live there. I've seen a lot of people post like ways to improve your rental without.
Was that a thing?
Yeah, it's a thing.
Maybe I need to follow that.
Yeah, like ways to improve your rental without doing anything permanent. So people will put like that sticky. Some people will literally sticky tile their whole house with this like sticker.
That stuff doesn't get sticky. How do you get it off?
Like they'll put like the sticker. I don't know. It comes up. Or they'll sticker their walls to look.
We're
like,
gonna sticker all our walls.
You know, they sticker their walls with like the tile or whatever.
Yeah, but the glue stuff, I thought that would like.
I don't know. I've seen people take it off, and it was like.
I am so clumsy today.
Wait.
Just this one.
Oh, there's some funny comments on here. There's overwhelmingly not the a-hole. I'm like trying to see if there's anybody that would have a different opinion.
I think if they did, they'd just be like devil's advocate. I don't.
Yep.
I don't think it would be like.
Obviously, overall vote from Reddit is not the a-hole.
That's my vote.
I think that.
No.
I think that is a interesting situation that we've obviously dealt with.
The final thing, she got all her money back.
Yep, she got her deposit back because they were dealing with a real estate agent. So which is, you know, good. That can be good and bad for a homeowner when you're not involved. That takes all the emotion out of it. But then, you know, maybe things got missed, and then, you know, they're taking pictures of the backyard of stuff that wasn't really theirs.
Yeah, it seems like maybe they were like
had third parties.
Yeah, like they weren't totally involved.
So if they were super involved, they would have probably realized, hey, that's not our stuff. We can't take pictures unless she's going to let us keep it. Because, yeah. So the moral of the story is don't remodel your rental unless. Make sure that the things are very clear. Or I guess the advice really should be for homeowners.
Yeah, make sure you know what you got there.
If you have a tenant and you tell them they're allowed to garden and they have all transportable stuff, make sure you ask them if they plan to take it all so that you know what's actually going to stay, and don't take pictures of something that's not yours. I guess that.
Yeah, I'm sure that they didn't know. They were just
I'm sure they just had a third party person taking pictures and they just didn't realize.
They were so far detached from
their
that actual thing.
Yeah. So it's just a sucky situation.
That's what I'm going to say. Benefit of the doubt.
I don't necessarily think the landlords are necessarily a-hole. I really feel like it was just negligence because you weren't involved. It also could be that they're just trying to profit off their tenant. They can just keep all that stuff because
there's both sides of that, right? Yeah. But yeah.
I mean,
kudos to her. She made this cool place, right? COVID. She was into got all the plants, greenhouse, all the stuff.
Now, maybe if she had done what we did, where we like dug up the ground and put stuff all over, okay, then maybe she's the a-hole. But she didn't do what we did, and I still don't think we were the a-hole in that situation. We just didn't know any better.
Yeah, no, but we
didn't have to pay for it.
Yeah, so we learned from that.
We paid the piper. We paid the price.
We learned from that mistake, and that's been a never again. And me, I always want to. If we're renting, trying to any space, I always want to like make it nicer.
Yeah. There's always something I'd rather change.
But I have to
in a house I rent or a house that I own.
I gotta hold back for renting. And a house you own, yeah.
I remember remodeling.
It's good stuff.
Remodeling can test a marriage. That's for sure. If you can survive a remodel, your marriage is gonna handle all the things.
We've lived through 1, 2
remodels. Wow. one of our own and one of someone else's, but that second remodel was a bit rough. But that's a story for another time. But David looks like he's almost done with his little
Ta-da! Yeah, I'm done. I got
little things that he made. He made 3 new pothos and joys out of the one big one that he had, and then a bunch of baby chicks and hens succulents.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
Super cute.
put a couple in some of these so they finish these up real quick, and then get these.
But I went through this post and I didn't see any comments from the original poster, so there's no updates. If anything ever happened, I'm assuming nothing happened.
No,
And I'm
no
sure-
update. That's it. 30,000
I know.
upvotes. And then-
it's kind of frustrating that they didn't like update, like, hey, nothing happened, nothing came of this, and my friends actually now agree with Reddit. But
By the way, okay, well, I guess maybe we'll know at some future time, or
maybe I'll check on it later to see. If
maybe we'll never know.
I think we're getting like burps tonight. I had one too.
It's from that yummy food.
Yeah, we had yummy dinner. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, doing some plant chores and listening to a Reddit story. If you find any other Reddit stories about plants, please send them our way. Might do different stories come in the future when I don't find any more plant stories, but I do hope to do more of these. If you're liking them, let us know. I enjoy them no matter what.
Hopefully we can keep with the plant theme. I like that.
I hope so. I don't know. Maybe. I've been finding some stories that I wasn't expecting to find, so maybe they'll just keep on coming. But want to wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day again. I hope you had a wonderful day. Hang out with your significant other, and if not, I hope you're just having a wonderful day in general. And we really love hanging out with you.
Yeah, and if you're watching this back and it's not Valentine's Day, hope you had a good day. Enjoyed the story. And if you liked what you watched, even if you did it, please like, subscribe to our channel. This is The Plant Bar. I'm David.
And I'm Krystal.
And have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye.